Hey everyone, today is another Friday, it's July 23rd. Then today we are going to actually after the tech stock crashed in March, right? A lot of people is think Square is gone because the PE is very high. We all know that the PE now is still over 400. But sorry about that, it's not. Its share price goes up again, right? So today we are going to, a lot of people compare Square together with PayPal. So today we will also compare. I'm not going to discuss it from the very beginning because it's very long, but we will compare to some very critical. What's the income pattern, something about a Bitcoin, and then what the investor will about Square. We are holding PayPal. Our portfolio has the PayPal, but we do not have the Square. The Square still has a long way to go. It still has a long way, a lot of room for expansion. Then the answer may be yes, right? So actually, let us have a quick look on Square after the tech stock crashed in March. Its share price goes up again, right? So if you want me to discuss or analyze on any stock or topics that you want me to discuss, and I can do that, then you can email to me by usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com or leave your message under the YouTube channel, right? So this is the covering, this is Jack, right? Then Square comes back after the tech stock crash. That's in just a few months ago in March. So this is our Falcon portfolio. Then we are doing quite good. We're still holding the highest 90%, right? 90% of our Falcon portfolio, and we just beat the Nasdaq, right? After we changed something, we bought in AMD, and we bought in Facebook. Then we just beat the Nasdaq by 1%. So last year we earned 50%, and then this year we earned 21%. So Dow Jones rised a little bit, just a little bit. So I think that's normal. A lot of people were saying that in August, what they say in August, they said in August the USA stock will crash, right? This is what they're saying. I don't know, right? I've heard this for a long time already, right? In the past 20 years, then I heard this for numerous times. Every week, there will people come out that the USA stock will crash, right? But did it ever happen? Yes. In Lehman Brothers, yes. And also in 2000, the tech stock crash. So according to Warren Buffett, then you may probably encounter a big stock market crash of the United States. If you're in the market for 40 years, you probably will encounter for less than 4 times. Should be 4 times, less than 4 times. Because we can see for 2000, year 2000, right? And then in the Lehman Brothers, just 2 times. Just 2 times. Few months ago, that is not a big drop, right? Just a little bit. So maybe 40 years you only encounter 3 or less than 4 times. So why you worry? I don't know. Why you worry? A lot of people worry, then they sell out all the stock in a rush, and then they wait for the market to crash. And the market did not crash. The market do not crash. Not crash. Maybe they goes down, but they goes down just a bit. And then they rush to buy them in. So I saw many times, so it's not working. So keep on following our channel, then if one day it happens, I will tell you. Because I encountered for so many times already. I encountered so many times of the market crash in Hong Kong and in the US. In Hong Kong it's 1997 one time. And then 2000. 2000 is not very serious in Hong Kong. And then the SARS in 2004, and then the Lehman Brothers in 2008, right? So actually I have quite a lot of experience, so follow our channel. If the time comes, I will let you know. So the same as Nasdaq, just rise up a little bit. Doesn't matter, it's not dropping. You know, since the early of this year, January, I've heard that the housing market of America will crash because it's rise up too sharply. And then I heard it on February, and then March, and then every month, and then it still goes up, right? So honestly, I tell you that I have the experience in Hong Kong that it will not so easy for Lehman Brothers to happen again, because the American people have the experience on that, and the bank have the experience on that. So for this home sales giant, Dr. Horton will release the earning tonight. So let's see, must be good, right? Must be good, because I saw the share price will rise up sharply for over a few months. So let's wait and see. And this one, right? You know that I bought Lululemons, right? I bought Lululemons. Actually, at the time I'm choosing between Intuitive Surgical or Lululemon, and then at the end of the day I choose Lululemon, but ISRG is still a very good stop, and then it is going to hit 1,000 very soon. I'm quite sure. I have to get some money to also support for any company, then it has most advanced technology. It sells to the whole world, all people. It has the monopoly, then I have interest in. ISRG is one of it. Another one I just bought 1 week. It rised at about 8% for Lululemon for the past week. Then there's a crash in 1 day for it. Then it rise up again. But keep our voice down, because stock is like that. Whenever you said it will rise up, then it will crash, right? Okay, we talk about Square. A lot of people compare Square with PayPal. In certain extent, they are quite close, but after the analyze, you may start to realize that they now is quite different. Still quite different. We know that Square is originated from some small towns in America. Right, from some small towns in America, and then PayPal is originally for eBay. So many years before, it's more than 20 years before, when I was still young, right? And Square is a new kid. Just in some small town in USA at that time, at least 5 to 6 years before, for the people that don't have the Visa or don't have the e-payment, so they help them. But now e-payment is very common in America already. So this is the boss, right, Jack, right? And Square is a lot advanced now already. 1 day after 1 day, become more advanced. It can do the Bitcoin, we all know that. And then just few days before, Square launched the business banking. That means you can deposit the money, then you can get the money, you can deposit the check, something like that, through the Square apps. It's quite advanced and go to commercial already. Not just for some shops. It's also for if I want to deposit some money through the Cash App, I can use the Cash App to deposit the check, deposit the money into the bank, something like that. At Cash App, I can see it in the Google Store, but I don't know if I can use it in Hong Kong. I don't think so. Maybe I can use it in Hong Kong, but the money is not in Hong Kong. The money may be in overseas or in the state. So this is Square's price. So this is Square's share price, right? We can see that the PE ratio is over 400, and it rises up again. A lot of investors think Square will gone. You see, during the February or March drop, it dropped it to nearly less than 200, and it rises 30% again. So it makes some people astonished that why we think Square is gone, but no, actually it's not like that. What happened? So we compare this some critical data of Square together with PayPal of the first quarter of this year. The second quarter's performance still both of those companies not launched yet. So we compared the first quarter of both companies first. So you can see for Square and PayPal, Square's market value is nearly 3 times of Square, nearly 3 times, right? You can see it. But for the revenue, they are quite close. Just PayPal is 6 billion for the first quarter, and then Square is 5 billion. And for the net income, of course, PayPal much better, 1.1, and then for Square is only 0.39. But before, Square is lost. Square been lost for a long time, and then for these 2 seasons, she earns. And for the cash on hand and for the long debt, they are nearly in the same ratio, right? So what does this tell us? This tells us is Square, although the cap is much less than PayPal, but the income is nearly the same. Not big difference. Of course, the net income, the revenue is nearly the same, but the net income is not. The net income is in correlation, in proportion together with the cap, 3 times. But the revenue is different. Both companies' finance is quite healthy because you can see the cash on hand is bigger than the long debt, so that's okay. So if you look at the both for 5 years, we are holding PayPal, not Square, right? For the past 5 years, PayPal raised the share price, raised it how many times? 7 times. Quite clear for the past 5 years, 7 times. But for Square, how many times? 24.8 times. Nearly 3 times of the increment of PayPal. So buying PayPal is much. I'm not saying PayPal is not a good stock, but actually Square has a high growth, and actually from after they analyze, I think Square may not finish her story. Square still have some way to go, right? Have a long way to go for saturation, something like that. So you can see the pattern is nearly the same. The pattern of the share price very close, right? Nearly the same, right? But the increment is very different. One is 24 times in past 5 years. One is only 7 times in past year. So if you only bought all your money into the Square, and then in the past 5 years, you increase it 25 times, right? You can beat Warren Buffett easily. Even Warren Buffett together with Cathie Wood, then you beat them very easily. Oh, look at you, right? So what happened? We can see for Square, this is from the performance report. You can see for Square in the first quarter, transaction, and then subscription, and then hardware, then Bitcoin. The Bitcoin revenue is very high. You can see the Bitcoin revenue. But if you look at the cost of revenue, actually the Bitcoin cost also very high. No matter is the net profit or is the gross profit, I just calculated it's only 2% for the Bitcoin revenue. But the Bitcoin may be the the share price catalyst for Square. Maybe it's like that. Alright. You can see the gross profit is increased linear double. But let us see for the same period of PayPal. PayPal is quite different. You see PayPal, nearly 90% of the revenue is from normal transaction. Maybe this increased some crypto, but sure this is not critical. If critical, she will say. We know that now PayPal can do Bitcoin, but I don't think a lot of people using PayPal is because of the Bitcoin. That means the people still use the Square. Not much difference. This is normal increment, right? You can see for this year's Q1 compared to YOY, that means year over year, nearly the same ratio. It's not increased dramatically because PayPal can use Bitcoin. So I think it's not the case. I think the key issue, and also from a lot of investors, they think that why Square can after the crash, it can still keep the high PE ratio. It's because of the income structure. You can see for PayPal, look at the upper column, right? Look at the upper column. You can see that from United States is just a half of the net revenue. UK maybe just 1% from UK, right? And from other countries is about another half is from other countries. That means PayPal goes global quite roughly, right? Just half is from America, and then 10% is from UK, then maybe 40% is from other countries. Hong Kong, Malaysia, Japan, Taiwan, Korea, even seems India can use PayPal, right? Some of the bank can use PayPal. So it's quite global. But let's look at Square. No. Square is another story. You don't need to calculate. I calculated already. Square's revenue, 98.8% is come from United States. 98.2 come from United States. Only 1.8% from international. That means I can't use it in Hong Kong, right? So a lot of the investor is thinking, actually the story of Square is not finished. Square can go to other countries, right? Square can go to somewhere like UK, Europe. I know it's not easy. It can go to UK, it can go to Europe, Australia, Asia, something like that. So actually the story of they're thinking the expansion of the Square going global, the story is still in line. So they are paying a lot of premium to Square stock price. I think this is the reason. Not only about of the Bitcoin. And another story is after the making of the ordinance of the cryptocurrency in America, I think the crypto will rise up again. I'm also waiting for the chances, right? Until it's lawful, I won't buy it. But I think it will come one day, very soon. Forget about China, right? China will not allow it, right? Forget about China, right? Maybe someday it will allow it, right? Because they think other people been successful, but they have the digital currency. I don't think so, right? So actually, a lot of investor is thinking Square can have the whole world to expand, but PayPal is global enough. This is also what I'm thinking. I use PayPal already. You can pay for the fee items, for the pay items by the PayPal to me, right? Not in English channel, right? This fee, but you can pay it by Square, right? Because I'm in Hong Kong. It's still not going public. It's still not going global. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't think it's just lucky. I don't think it's just lucky. It's lucky that the people still giving it a high premium. I don't think so, because after the crash, a lot of the stock will, turns to what it is. But Square can come back. That means a lot of people still thinking Square can go global, and then if it can go global, then it still have one more United States market to grow. All right. So we'll see. I think it's most possible, right? It's most possible. So we discussed Square and PayPal up to here. Then if you like our program, please give us a like, and then any comment you can leave under the YouTube, or you can email to me. Or if you think your friend will also like this video, also want to did learn some data on paper on Square, please share this video to them, right? Then please subscribe and then press the bell icon next to it. Whenever there is a new video uploaded, YouTube will inform you automatically, right? Okay, then we share up to here, and this is Friday, and I hope everyone have a very nice weekend. Let us see you next week. Bye bye.